VENOR. God forgive me, I ain't prayed for a decade. Ever since you put me through the test, fucking essay. Ever since my life was in a mess, in a prison full of stress, I turned to you, you kinda helped me get my head straight. As a young man, I watched the olders get cake, wishing for the day that I could get straight, got led astray. Robbing with my best mate, jumping on a 137, snatched the phone, those were the best days. Life's a test, graduated school of hard knocks, South London full up of them estates where any little boy could turn to head case, cause kids are killing kids right in front of him, so picking up a knife seems like the best way. Mum tried to educate him, dad up and left him waiting, hard living really got him looking for an escape. He got adopted by the street code, rolling in the streets cold, running up on anything to get paid. Now he's a teenager, still hasn't seen paper. He proves money, but that money's in the next game. He adapts to his surroundings, feeling gas but staying grounded. Bought a gap because the knife he had to exchange. Forgot to mention at the time he had the feds lurking. That's when the story starts to get strange. Couple niggas that I grew up with said they wanna put work in. Got nicked and must have said names. Sitting at my trial date, solicitors an hour late. Judges trying to keep it moving, calling for the next case. Talking about remanding everybody for a next day. HMYOY should teach these kids to get their beds made, now lie in it. There's no denying it was just another life lesson. Act of God, it was a quiet blessing. I was sitting with my mind stressing, reminiscing on my life, close my eyes to forget about my life settings. God forgive me, I ain't prayed for a decade. Ever since you put me through the test, fucking essay. Ever since my life was in a mess, in a prison full of stress, I turned to you, you kinda helped me get my head straight. God forgive me, I ain't prayed for a decade. Ever since you put me through the test, fucking essay. Ever since my life was in a mess, in a prison full of stress, I turned to you, you kinda helped me get my head straight. God forgive me for my sins, those were some different times. I'm looking for a way to live a different life. Stuck behind the gates, I started living nice, adapted to this prison life. Run up on a couple man, sharpen up my prison knife. Run out with the canteen tobacco, I can flip it twice. Mummy's kinda pissed off, she only came to visit twice. Daddy's still missing, so I'm missing out on good advice. I'm just a product of my hood, I love my hood for life. Early morning, unlock, strip search, they're taking me to Crown Court, it's feeling like a day out. Sweatbox, I'm soaking in the journey, watching everyday life, carrying on without me wishing I could stay out. The judge was on a different wave, talking about how I should turn a different page, start a new chapter, disengage. Insufficient evidence, we skipped the case. Walked out of the court with a big smile on my face, looking for a spliff to blaze. Big mistake, cause I was married to my postcode, product to the gutter with a stick to raise. Back on the strip I had it gripped for days, acting like I'm trying to find a way out, but I couldn't find a different way. Scoping out my target, I got money in my visions. I ain't never had no guidance, always made my own decisions. Sirens in my rear view got me thinking about religion, but the only time I find the time is when I'm stuck in prison. Damn, God forgive me, I ain't prayed for a decade. Ever since you put me through the test, fucking essay. Ever since my life was in a mess, in a prison full of stress, I turned to you, you kinda helped me get my head straight. God forgive me, I ain't prayed for a decade. Ever since you put me through the test, fucking essay. Ever since my life was in a mess, in a prison full of stress, I turned to you, you kinda helped me get my head straight.